Jeffrey Dahmer, 1960 to 1994, was an American serial killer known as the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster. Between 1978 and 1991, he murdered 17 men and boys. His crimes were characterized by extreme violence, including necrophilia, cannibalism, and the dismemberment of his victims. The murders and victims. Dahmer's crimes primarily took place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with his first murder occurring in Ohio in 1978. Most of his victims were young men from marginalized communities, including African American, Asian, and Latino individuals. Modus operandi: Dahmer typically lured victims from public places like bus stations or bars, offering them money for photographs. He would then drug them, strangle them to death, and dismember their bodies. The trophies: he frequently kept body parts such as skulls or skeletal remains as souvenirs. In some instances, he engaged in cannibalism, consuming parts of his victims' bodies. Zombie experiments: in a horrific attempt to create zombie-like companions, he occasionally drilled holes into the skulls of living victims and injected acid or boiling water into their brains, which invariably resulted in death. Investigation and arrest: Dahmer's long period of undetected activity became a subject of significant controversy, leading to accusations that local law enforcement had failed to properly investigate the disappearances of victims from minority and LGBTQ+ communities. The capture: his arrest on July 22, 1991, occurred after a potential victim, Tracy Edwards, managed to escape Dahmer's apartment with one hand still handcuffed. Edwards flagged down police officers, who then investigated the apartment. The crime scene: upon entering the residence, officers discovered a scene of gruesome horror. Forensic teams found human heads in the refrigerator, skeletal remains in a 55-gallon drum, severed hands, genitalia, and internal organs preserved in chemicals, Polaroid photographs of his victims. Trial and sentencing: following his arrest, Dahmer confessed to the murders and cooperated with investigators. The trial: he pleaded guilty, but claimed insanity. A jury found him to be legally sane, and in February 1992, he was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms in Wisconsin. A 16th life sentence was later added for his first murder in Ohio. Death: Dahmer did not serve his full life sentence. On November 28, 1994, while incarcerated at the Columbia Correctional Institution in Portage, Wisconsin, he was bludgeoned to death by a fellow inmate, Christopher Scarver.